My sister and I never liked to play Monopoly with my cousin Sharon because she always seemed to be cheating. Somehow she ended up with the entire bank. It didn't matter if we had Boardwalk or Park Place, we always came up short. God gave us free will and the assurance that we'd not be forsaken. The great spirit prayer asks for strength, strength not to overcome our enemy, but to overcome ourselves, who is our greatest enemy. None of us want to hear that. It's much easier to think someone is taking advantage of us. Maybe they are. If we think all is lost, we're not forsaken. We're just making a mistake. Welcome. Welcome to Illinois Bridging Awareness. I'm Stanley Smith. Inner peace doesn't just descend upon us as if it's something that just comes out of the ether. It's something that comes from within. That's why they call it inner peace. People ask, how can we remain so calm when everything in the world is so bad? On last week's call, we talked about the steps of spiritual ascension. One of these steps was feeling that outside sources are conspiring against us. They always accused Richard Nixon of being paranoid, but that didn't mean people weren't out to get him. In the end, he might have been better off with having his own inner personal peace. Perhaps he did. On last week's call, Risa mentioned that she's spiritual now and not religious. She's exiting systems. That's a pretty good way to put it. Everything was working until it wasn't. Systems are intended to serve the most people in the most places at the most times. They don't always serve everyone, and certainly not equally. Black people have experienced this, and it's been labeled by the system as racism and white supremacy. It's a cover story for systems serving themselves. We've all caught on to that one by this point. At this point, recently, I was criticized for offering a helping hand to someone in need. That I was being taken advantage of and being used in the process. It was just another way of saying, "Where's mine?" We're all looking for the inner peace, and we need to exit the system of mental constructs that keep telling us to keep isolated and protected in our own personal bubble, as if that's the way to find it. There is a lot going on in the world and a lot of predictions. What are we predicting? Are we going to be bright and sunny or dark and overcast? We're all on a spectrum of right and wrong, good and bad. We get in our small groups of like-minded people, and then we slowly can include others, which can be very disruptive. In the process, hopefully we can see others from God's perspective instead of as infiltrators. We all have responsibilities and burdens. There is more energy flowing. On top of all that, it can cause anxiety and depression. We all react differently. We've had moments of exhaustion and moments of joy against the backdrop of the chaos of the world. We can leave polarity of our checkers game and see chaos as a pattern and design of the 3D chess game that God is playing. Recently, I shared with a friend that I can find happiness in the sadness of depression. And she said, well, if you can find happiness in it, then you're not depressed. Maybe that's true. Perhaps we're blessed beyond our understanding. All the more reason to extend the helping hand to others. I encourage you to do so. Find your inner peace and see the pattern in the chaos. The best is yet to come. If you would like to join us at Illinois Bridging Awareness, the Saturday call is every Saturday at 9 a.m. Central Time on Zoom. I will include my email in the description of this video. Be happy to send you an invitation. And I look forward to seeing you very, very soon.